One of the most important decisions you will ever make in your life is the home you will live in. Believe me, that decision could make or mar your life. I know people who have died because of the places that they lived in, not because they were to die. So today, we'll be talking about how to negotiate for your first home. There are tips on what you can do to get the best deals for your first home, especially when that home is located in the right place for you. Negotiating for your first home requires skill, it requires carefulness, it requires insight, it requires wisdom, it requires a lot of knowledge about what you are about going to negotiate with and what you're negotiating for. Take a look at these tips on how to negotiate rightly for your first home. Always be willing to walk away from any negotiations. Never come to a negotiation table desperate. Once your opponents smell your desperation, just know that you're going to lose. So always come to the negotiation table with the ability to walk away at any time. Do not get emotionally attached to any property. Always let logic prevail over emotions. Be practical about any choice you're making. Be practical about any deal that is being put on the table before you. Do not go in with your emotions. Don't do all the talking in a negotiation. You might know better, but don't do all the talking. Sometimes just be silent. Say what you want and keep quiet. If the person doesn't say anything, you guys can have a silent match. But believe me, sometimes silence is all you need to win in a negotiation. You know why? Because the silence makes your opponent disturbed. It makes the person antsy. And the person starts, okay, the person now starts talking so that you guys can come to a completion. So silence helps in negotiation. When you're giving the price of a house and they say this is the price, call your insurance company, give them the make of the house, and ask them how much they can pay if that house is destroyed, whether in a fire or water accident or anything. Whatever they tell you that they can pay will give you an idea of the value of that house. Very important. Know what you want. We can't even ever emphasize this. What exactly do you want? What kind of home do you want? How many bathrooms do you want in your home? How many how much storage space do you want? What kind of kitchen do you want? What kind of floor plan do you want? You need to know what your aspiration point is. What are the things you want and the level you can go. Know how little you can accept. What's the shittiest deal that you can take? You need to know that part. Have a good plan B. Have a good plan B. Negotiations are all about comparisons. Don't go so low that you lose a good place, or go so high that you come out at a loss. Always have a plan B. Always have your points where you cannot go lower than. And that will be based on your budget. Don't overbloat your budget. Do not overbloat your budget. Always be able to know what is the lowest point for your opponent. When you know the lowest point for your opponent, you can press on it and stay there and not move an inch, because you'll be getting good value at that point. When you're negotiating with family and friends, always be as fair as possible. Even when you know that you can overprice, even when you know that you can get the best of them, don't do it for relationship's sake. You see, your reputation is more important than getting a good deal out of a family or a friend. So let love guide you and be fair when it comes to negotiating with family and friends. Whenever you're not adequately prepared to negotiate, reschedule. Do not force yourself to negotiate when you don't know the details of the negotiation, when you don't know the nitty-gritty, when you don't know where to negotiate from a position of strength. You can always reschedule. Do not just go on because they've started, because you might make some mistakes that will cost you a lot. Negotiation is a blend of human psychology, confidence, and business acumen. So first, know what you want. Second, know the lowest point. What is the limit of your budget? You do not exceed it. Know what you're willing to accept, and then know what you will do if an agreement is not reached. Never be desperate for anything, because you will lose in negotiations if you're desperate. But when you have all the cards, get a good deal. It's worth all the happiness after. My name is Amara Miracle Ndonofit. I'm a realtor that you do not know you need. I'm the realtor that will help you make the best deals at the negotiation table for your first home. Call the number showing on your screen and let's talk more.